think there's some really key things that stand out. One is that the coaches who've got experience and the way in which they relate it to the athletes they work with, it just has a really powerful effect on courses. So I think where a coach can relate to an actual situation of coaching another athlete and of all ages, it's really, really useful. The courses are great because there is a good mix of practical and theory, and you're not sat around for too long. So I think actually the way in which the courses are organised is really, really good. And I think what's really important is the way in which coaches, when they're delivering their courses, are able to relate to the fact that the coaches that they're teaching are teaching athletes of all ages and all abilities. So we're not all working with event athletes, and some of us are working with 5-year-olds, and no matter what the scenario is or the learning, it's really helpful when coaches can make it applicable to what that individual is working with. I've done the Leadership in Running Fitness course, a coaching assistant course, and most recently athletics coach course. I've been on some of the regional technical days, so I've done throws workshops, and I've also experienced visits from flying coaches, and done some concentrated sessions around the key things that my coaching team and I wanted to concentrate on. I just remember thinking it was fantastic. I just loved the learning, because obviously at that stage I'd never done any sort of coach education course, so I was absolutely new to it. I was already working with people in a running context, and it really helped put some theory to what I was doing. So I think that was a first step of great learning, really. I remember when I then went on to do my assistant coach course, I'll never forget the day after cycling into work, and I just wanted to carry on cycling to Costello Stadium because I'd loved it so much. I just didn't want to go back to work. So I think that was a really, had a great impact. That course in particular was really, really good. I don't think I did have any expectations because I didn't really know what on earth to expect. I was looking for something to prepare me better and equip me to do what I was already doing, and it absolutely met all of that. There was a lot to take on board. I came away buzzing, and I came away with more ideas, and I came away thinking how I could adapt my learning from the LERF course to the situation that I was in coaching, quite large numbers of, or leading quite large numbers of, beginner runners. I think the coach assistant course, I had no appreciation of the level of technical detail of all the disciplines of athletics, and that was so fascinating, quite daunting, but also learning the method and style of coaching. I have done sort of presentations and teaching in my normal day job, and so seeing how you would deliver and help people learn in a coaching setting was really fascinating. So I liked that style, and I was overwhelmed by actually what the role involved, and it sort of gave me a thirst and a hunger to want to do more. There was a definite, the technical stuff, it's really great when you've got a coach who knows the technical stuff inside out, and as I say, can relate it to a practical experience. That's really good. But actually it's interesting watching coaches delivering the course and seeing how that works and how they deliver that knowledge and skills in the context of a coaching situation. Well, I was really terrified. I realised very quickly that this was it felt like a very massive step up, and the amount of information and knowledge required for the role was huge. I think the way in which it was delivered in chunks was really helpful, and again the experience of the coaches and the tutors really comes across, and it's imperative that ability to translate it to the types of athletes that we would be working with. So I found it was definitely a challenge, but again it's one that I absolutely loved, and I'm so glad I did it, because I put off doing it for years because I just didn't have the confidence, and I felt quite comfortable where I was, and I just really didn't think I could do it. So although I found it a challenge, and probably because I question everything that I do, it was definitely a really good move to make. Oh gosh, FitMums wouldn't be where it is now without the support of the coaching that we've received from England Athletics. So it's enormous. On a very basic level, we have equipped many individuals to become run leaders. So we know that all our run sessions are very safely delivered, and people are being well looked after. But from that, we've gone on to developing junior sessions. So we've got sessions for children from 5 years, and we've got sessions for children from 10 years. And we couldn't have done that without the coaching structure. And I think we've been able to put that coaching structure together because we've got volunteers who've been on England Athletics courses, and now we've got a level of quality across the whole network, which I think is really important. We work with a whole range of people, but probably the people we work mostly with are people who haven't exercised before or haven't done so for a long time. So it's really important that we're delivering safe sessions, that they're quality sessions, and that they're appropriate to the person coming through our doors. So it's absolutely amazing what we have managed to achieve, and we've now got a coaching structure, and the coaching structure is something that we build upon. So we're supporting further development, through accessing the additional sort of courses that we can do. I think we must be nearing 100 run leaders, probably about 20 probably about 10 coach assistants, and I think we're probably at about 7 or 8 full athletics coaches. And of course, I have to say this, we are predominantly a female organisation, and we have a better ratio of men to female coaches, but we're trying to rectify that at the moment. So myself and a colleague who did the course last year, we were the first 2 female coaches, and we've got another one in training at the moment. So I think that's great, and I think our the support around us to develop that confidence is really crucial. We offer in-house training, so when somebody does their LERF course, we make sure that every year we have an internal training course to help them develop. So there'll be certain things they'll have forgotten from the course a year on, and once they get out into the real world and are actually doing run leading, then there'll be things that they might need reminding of. So we put on a one-day course with and it just gives everybody the opportunity to work together, learn from each other, remind about important aspects of run leading, and adds in a little bit of technical knowledge, which I think everybody really enjoys. We also make the opportunity to have external training from example flying coaches, or to attend regional technical days. We're always looking to see how we can develop and how we can support our coaches and leaders. You are absolutely vital in changing people's lives, and you may not see that in the position that you're in, because we come on your courses and then we all go away, but I can't tell you the impact that you've made on the people in Hull, East Yorkshire, now South Yorkshire, and soon to be in North Yorkshire, because you give us these skills to make sure that we're looking after people safely. And whether it be working with children from 5 years of age and helping to introduce them to the fun of athletics and being active, or whether it's working with an adult who's never run before, but we're making sure that they're doing so safely and that they're maybe checking out their technique, you are having that impact. You're helping us to look after people and literally transform lives. So don't underestimate just how powerful your role is.